Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Sit Down and Shut Up. Today we got Perry stepping in a little bit last minute because cancellations, but they're running it with us, so let's bring him on. Give me a sec here. Hey, Perry, can you hear me?
Hello. Yeah.
Cool, man. How's it going?
Well, how about you?
Not too bad. Thanks for stepping in. I'm glad that it's able to work out for you to run this with me. I know it was a little bit last minute, so it's good
Yeah, dude,
stuff.
I saw the spot pop up and I was like, "Ooh, I gotta get me in there."
Right on. So you mentioned I was looking at your note there. Your MR for DJ probably above mine at this point. I think. You look like you're looking for some help around like game planning, maybe running into some opponents that are able to figure something out against you and then just kind of run you over. And then maybe some a little bit too predictable or consistent in your tempo, right? Like your approach to the game maybe getting a little bit. I don't want to say predictable too much, but people are able to kind of figure it out, right? Does that sound about right?
Yeah, it's a little stale at this point, I gotta say.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. So let me create a custom room here and we'll get you in here. Just one sec. Your CFN is the same, right, Perry?
Yeah, it's just Perry, DJ, and uh,
Gotcha. All right.
yeah, I remember we've played a few times over, and I remember them being pretty good games between it.
Mm-hmm. Right on. So yeah, just for the stream, if anyone new is watching, I suppose. So we'll just run the first to three. Make sure it's to three. Yeah, run the first three. I'm gonna deafen in Discord while I talk through what might be happening and all that stuff. I also may not rematch right away as I'm kind of writing stuff down or stuff I want to kind of bring up and talk about. And then we'll do a little replay review. Since you're probably at or above my level at this point, it's probably going to be a little more back and forth around like specific situations and what we might have been thinking during that. Maybe do a little lab work if there's something in particular you want to jump into. And then after that, another first three after, see if adjustments on either side help out. So does that sound good to you?
Yeah, awesome. I love to
Cool.
see like what you would have to say,
Cool, man. All right. So I'll queue up and good luck.
for sure.
Yeah, I played Prey before, and they're really good. So I fully expect to not do too well here, but we'll see what ends up happening. Because they're well above me in terms of MR, so. Ooh, that was nice. Yeah, that time I think I just caught them walking forward. A lot of the neutral game, if you will, has kind of been pretty back and forth. I landed a couple of whip punishes against them, and that's probably what made the difference. Oh, and that doesn't work, huh? Oh, tried reversal maybe. Oh wow, that didn't cross up. Oh, I'm dead, right? Yeah, so I think right there what happened was I pressed in a situation where shouldn't have been pressing there and ended up getting clipped. They don't tech a lot though. That was nice. Ooh. Oh, what a parry. That was sick. So yeah, it was the parry at the end there that I think that killed me. But most of the game, it seems like we're both trying to stay outside of each other's like my low forward range and his crouching medium punch range. And it really kind of boils down to who lands that first hit, right? So. Oh. I'm not sure if DJ has a way out in that situation. The level 1's not really striking vulnerable, right? I'll have to ask about it. Oh, that was nice. Oh, that's unfortunate. Ah! I wonder if I can press there against that. Oh! Oh, that's nice. So what I think I could have done there on the jump-ins, he seems to parry right after, so let's see if we can exploit that a little bit. Or just land a jump-in, I guess. Oh, freaking setup didn't come out. Oh, that went so far. So, yeah, I mean, the neutral aspect right now is like we're both trying to stay, again, like I said, staying outside of that low forward range. Now that it's been 2 games, I think we have to both try to make some adjustments here. Oh. Oh. Mostly the Jinrai mix-ups, I think, has been getting him. Oh, darn. Should have been ready. Oh, what a pickup. And then I think the whiff throw was because I was still recovering there, so got away with it. Oh, I think that was not supposed to be that. Oh, that's nice EP. Oh, I should have went for the nothing. Cool. So that was just, I think, some corner defense there. Wasn't ready for the DI, which, you know, that happens. And there's a little bit of rollback too, so that probably isn't helping. But, yeah. Oh, that's an unfortunate. It was just a good jump. Went for the DI there. Not sure if that was 100% correct because they burned out for it, right? Oh. It's not a safe jump, huh? Okay. Oh, went for parry instead. Got mixed up. Darn. Alright, let's bring him back on. Hey man, what do you think?
Man.
There was a couple of spots I think maybe the defensive decision. Well, I mean, let me take it back. I mean, the Jinrai in general is kind of BS, right? Like it's built-in mix-up and all that. So I think there were a couple of spots where you kind of went for parry to try to stop the low, and then what ended up happening was anytime I did it for me there, you kind of got hesitant, and I was able to kind of walk up throw from there. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, otherwise I thought like the first game was really good. I mean, we were playing. Like I was saying on stream, I think a lot of the game was kind of around that low forward range. Well, Ken low forward and like DJ crouching medium punch. I think those are the ranges that we were both trying to kind of stick to. And then it really kind of came down to whoever landed that whiff punish or the counter hit, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, some good games nonetheless. I feel I should be using the guaranteed punish on Jinrai with DP.
Mm-hmm.
Like just the get off me tool, but I'm really afraid to use that meter for it.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of tough to. Well, with DJ, I think you would definitely have enough charge. It's just a matter of like making sure you time it correctly because it's still a -7, but if you're like 2 or 3 frames late, it could get blocked, right? So,
Right.
and then because it's obviously a charge for your DP. So, I'm sharing my screen in Discord. So let me know if you can see it, and then I'll pick a couple of our replays
Yeah.
and we can take a look. Let's see.
We're good.
I think we'll grab this one. Oh, I'll grab the first one here. And then I think the third one's probably had some interesting stuff in it. All right, cool. And then I'll add this one too, just in case we have enough time. Cool. All right, so let's take a look. So this first game was the one you won. So let's take a look here. Again, I think like at this level, right, at the level we're playing at, it really does come down to like 1 or 2 neutral interactions and then corner Oki, right? Like that's just how how episode 6 goes. So
Oh yeah.
so this is the one you won. Let's take a look. Let's see what was working for you here. All right, so trying to maintain space, right? So like the space you're playing it here is kind of like low forward, crouching medium punch range, right? We're both outside of it, so we're trying to get that whiff punish or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Some fireballs, maintain space. No Sobot. It's good there. I wonder if, like, right here, is that just like a space? Oh, shoot, I don't have meter. Oh, meters up. Hold up. It's like, how come nothing is there?
Actually, while you're doing this, I do want to kind of take that over because I think the only thing I can possibly even do there is up kicks.
Mm-hmm.
But I so very seldom get that type of hit.
Yeah, so this counter hit here leaves you +8. That range is kind of rough, I think. Definitely enough time to charge, right? Based on the frames here, right? There's like plenty of time, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see.
There should be, for sure.
Yeah, so that's that's really close, right? Like, I think if that counter hit was any closer, it probably would have hit. But you know, it is what it is. Yeah, there might be something worth labbing at some point to get there. So let's see, go from there. Oops. All right. Okay. So what happened there?
Can you rewind really quick? Yeah. Oh.
So the whiff
And just got
happens.
blown up.
Yeah. So I'm not ready for it. I thought you were just gonna hit me, so I'm still blocking, right? And then I think maybe you try to press something here.
No, I'm probably walking back.
Okay, there's
And
no
just
counter hit.
don't know the range straight up.
Gotcha.
Oh, it was.
No, there's no counter hit. Yeah, I thought there was. There's no counter hit there. So yeah, you're just walking back. So I think that's okay to try to do at that range. Like my crouching medium kick would probably whiff 9 times out of 10 there at that kind of whiffed range. But I guess that was close enough here. Probably because DJ moves forward during that crouch medium punch, right? So that could be why.
Oh, for sure.
So anyway, you get tagged there, moving back. Not a big deal, I guess. Like I don't know exactly what the best situation would have been there for you, because like if you had blocked, I would still land this drive rush right into some sort of mix-up, which maybe is better, right? At least you can try to like defend this mix-up that's coming. So I don't know. Like just stand your ground after a block. Sorry, go ahead.
First, honestly, at that point, I probably want to DP because you reverse the situation. I want to keep it somewhat towards myself while losing drive gauge.
Yeah, yeah. I think D-Rev here or EXDP, if you have the charge for it, probably not be a bad idea, right? Because if you think of meter economy here, like I had to spend 3 bars for this drive rush, and you'd spend 2 bars for either of those options, right? And then you'd still have the positional advantage and bar advantage, so not a bad idea, especially this early, right? All right, so. Oh, do you just use these 2 buttons to get up, like the DI buttons? Is that what you use for back tech?
Oh, I have no idea.
Okay, no worries.
I'll be real. Half the buttons you'll see on here are like just tapping.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, I mean, no big deal, right? I was just curious if there was if you were trying to do something here. It looks like you did it while you're getting Tatsu, so no big deal. All right, so okay, just take the throw here. It's fine. All right, so on the dash. So what I will say is that on this dash right here after forward throw, Ken is only +1. So like, you know, it's not 100% real strike throw. Like if I go for throw here, you can mash out of it. So you know, I have to guess also. So just go for a jab, and then to a throw here, right? So this is, I mean, this is tough to defend, right? Because like you don't necessarily want to try to tech here because you might get shimmied. So you could go for something like a delayed jab maybe in this situation. You'll still get thrown, I guess, but at least you'll know. Or at least since the Ken is actually -1 here on the jab.
Right.
Yeah, you could try for a delayed jab, and that would probably counter hit me here, depending on how delayed your jab was. Or you'd get thrown, but, you know, it's going to be the same thing either way.
For sure.
Because I think here in this situation, since Ken is already point blank, he doesn't actually have, I have to walk up a little bit. Like I walk up for like a frame or 2 before I go for throw. So you might be able to sneak a delay jab in there for defending that. Okay, nice jump out, but you get thrown. And then you get DP to get out of the corner, right? So all right, so that's on me pressing on that situation, right? And I'm pretty sure it really shouldn't be, because that's a minus here, right? Off the stand medium punch. So
Yep.
But what I tend to do, and this is kind of a something that I don't know if it's something that like a lot of higher level players do, I don't claim to be a high level player, like a higher level player, but a lot of times, even in like these kind of minus situations, I'll try to jab at the beginning or early in the set to kind of see if like you're able to enforce those plus frames, or if you're gonna try to go for something else, right? So like here, I mean, you it's airtight, right? So I get counter hit by the frame trap. But what some people will do, especially in like a +2 situation like that, is they'll go for like a shimmy or like a throw, right? Because like it's still on block, they have some advantage, but I think you're a little too far for a throw, right? After this.
Oh, you need to like micro walk forward, so
Yeah.
it does lose to mashing.
Yeah. So like if I go for a jab here and you try to do something like a, like a walk up throw or something like that, it would beat that. So and again, it's early in the set, it's early in the round. So like even a frame trap here, like I end up getting frame trapped, but I take not that much damage because you go for a sway. Like if you went for like an up kicks or something, I take some damage, but like I still have a little bit of a lead, so that's why I got counter hit there. But I think it's something that more people start trying to do. I think like just challenging random plus frames or minus frames just to see what would happen, right? And then I think there's a point where like in the set there's some plus frames where I was pressing on against you, and it was like I was kind of getting away with it later on, right? So
Yeah.
let's see how this goes. So you used to do a sway here into this. So is this like something that, let's see here.
That most of the time that's heavy fireball.
Oh, okay. So this should have been a fireball
So
here.
no,
Oh.
here was I was trying to catch you on block, block a jab. You hit like a medium punch,
Oh,
and back hits it.
gotcha. So if that was
But
like,
here,
if I had blocked and then I went for a button here, you'd be able to counter hit me, right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. A lot of the things I'm playing around are usually just setting up like minus buttons and then seeing if you swing earlier
Mm-hmm.
and setting up the same situation later, swaying back, trying to catch if you hit a button.
Gotcha. And then that
But
should have been a
this
fireball
was
or
the
the
first,
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No big
But
deal.
that was the first direction, so
Yeah. So I didn't press, obviously, because I had just gotten hit, right? So I think neither of us was really prepared for that to happen. So he kind of went for his way, and then nothing happened after that, right? And I didn't press anything because I just got hit. So instead I go for a fireball because you swayed back, and then I think if you had heavy fireball, that actually would have beaten my fireball, right? So.
mm-hmm.
All right, good anti-air. And then let's see what happened there. So you anti-aired, and then just oh, you're still in the dash, huh? Okay.
Aw.
Yeah. So I guess that in that situation, the dash might because I press immediately, right? Or do I press immediately?
Mhm.
Oh, not immediately, but like when I land,
Yeah.
start pressing. So maybe that dash there may not work unless I'm passive, right? If I don't do anything there, maybe that makes sense because you could dash up and like grab me or something.
Yeah.
But I'm pressing a lot right now, right? So. Okay. Yeah, a lot of Jinrai stuff. Good parry.
And at that range, are you looking to get? Are you like thinking you're gonna get punish countered for that, Jinrai?
So at
Because
this
I think that's
range,
like barely range.
yeah, this range, I think it's okay. Like you'd be able to hit me with a 5-framer, right?
Yeah.
So if I take a look at this, right? Let's see. Right, so you get hit here as you're backing up. So what I will say for Jinrai, if you're not going to try to like DP out of it, what a lot of folks will do is they'll fuzzy guard low to high, right? So they'll block low and then block high because the overhead comes out later, right, from that situation. So that should allow you to defend both if you're going to do that, right? Because if you do that fuzzy, if I go for the low, you'll block it. If I go for the overhead, you'll block that. And if I go for the nothing, you'll just walk back and you'll be out of range of like a walk up throw, right? So yeah.
Fair enough.
Right, so here I think I actually messed up my input. There should have been a crouching medium kick in between. So after this jab, I kind of I would have stolen the turn a little bit because I went for a crouching medium kick. You don't do anything after the jab. So that would normally push you out a little bit further. So the spacing would be a little bit better. Ultimately, you don't do anything, so you're still on block here. And then right here, it's actually kind of tough to punish this, right? I'm not sure what DJ's 5-frame looks like, but if I'm not sure if it would reach from here or if you get a conversion off it.
It's close.
Okay, so you'd have to
It's
try
a
it,
little rough.
right? What is DJ's 5-frame? Is it stand light kick?
Stand light kicked, crouch like punch.
Let's see. Shoot, I don't want. Oh yeah, it would reach. Yeah.
Okay.
So if I'm too close, it's kind of hard to see it, but you can see I'm mashing it right, and like this punish counter. So yeah, I think if I misspace my Jinrai and the low hit, you block the low successfully, and it's too close, you can go for that stand light kick. So not sure what the conversion is. I don't play DJ, but I'm sure there's something you could do, even if it's like a little bit of a knockback, like a Sobot or something, right?
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Some good things you can do, but I gotta keep.
Yeah, you'd have to kind of practice it, right, and be ready, because like I can also just as easily do nothing, walk up throw or whatever, and we see that through the set. So.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, nice parry. That was nice. Throw. Alright. So here is just I kind of just walk up throw, right? Right, hold the plus frames, go for the throw, right? Yeah. So yeah, I think defending this again is kind of tough, especially after the drive rushes plus frames there. So it's hard to kind of justify delay jab because you'd get frame trapped by if I go stand medium punch something else. So I think in that situation you just kind of have to guess. I think D-Rev might have made sense there, based on the meter situation. If you had charge for up kicks or reversal, that's also something you could try to do. You know, because you can actually see here, and this happened twice during this game, when I do the drive rush on block. So from here, so the crouching medium punch, drive rush goes off. There's actually, I want to say there's actually a gap there. It may be a crouching medium kick, but I think it's tough for DJ, especially, or like any charge character, to kind of match DP here, because if you miss it or there's no gap here, it's not like an OS with like a motion input character, right? So, not quite. I think D-Rev might just be the safer option there, but you know, that would be my thinking here. Like if I'm trying to figure out how to defend this situation, meter parity wise, like I wouldn't mind spending 2 bars if I had it, right? Like you have 2 bars here, you can just, you know, use it and you'll still be ahead of me in terms of meter. If you can do the up kicks, that would probably be ideal since you knock me back, do some damage and all that stuff. But I think a D-Rev wouldn't be bad either because you stop the pressure. So
Okay, I'll give that a shot too.
all right. Let's check. Yeah, and then ultimately at the end, I think it was just the corner, right? Like you're trying to get out with like sand light kicks and all that, and then I kind of just read the movement, see that you're just kind of walking back and forth, and then just go for a button when I think you're moving forward. So
Okay.
I don't think that's necessarily like a bad way to go about that. Like trying, because jumping is kind of a risky proposition there, right? Because if I DP you, you could die, right? Like the life total was kind of close. So using your buttons to try to force me back so that you have space to play with, I think that's correct, right? I think that's the safest way to do that. It's just that I kind of get stubborn and I don't really give you space, and I just stand there, right? And then since I'm not moving, you're kind of like, okay, let me try to get him to move, and then as you move forward, I kind of just press, right? So
Fair enough. That's good insight.
lucky parry on my part. Okay, so I will say that after that sequence, Ken is actually +3.
Okay.
So there's no like it's basically a strike throw there, right? So I think if you delay tech here is fine. I think you just block, which is also fine, right? I did notice you don't tech a lot, right? At least in the beginning, which I think is good.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it is a +3 situation in that after that, right? So just in case you're wondering. So defend it properly, walk back out of the throw, back to neutral. Unfortunately, get jumped on. Very good.
You did the hit. The air swear. Air sway there.
Oh, okay. So what happened there? Oh, okay. I think I just tag you walking back, huh?
Yeah, that one happens a few times for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely something that I kind of see a lot. Like I've been, after doing a couple of these, a lot of folks tend to do this. Is that like you'll get into a situation where it's something on block, even though this is pretty spaced out, right? Like because it's very far. You try to walk back, and it just loses to like an immediate crouching medium kick or low forward, right? And especially a character like Ken that gets a huge reward from that. Like me as the Ken player, I'm super incentivized to go for a crouching medium kick in that situation, right? So I think what some folks will do to me is that once they notice me doing this, they'll just block, right? Continue blocking, or they'll press like a 5 frame, right? So from here, right, you're minus here, right?
Yeah.
And I press immediately. So I guess that won't work here, but you could do a 5 frame and it would trade, right? From here. And at least that way it wouldn't, let's see. At least that way you wouldn't get hit at least, right? So let's see.
Right.
I mean, it's kind of a read, right? You're trying to discourage me from pressing the crouching medium kick. But, right?
Okay.
So like that trade situation is probably a little bit better, right? Than taking the drive rush, right? So again, it's a little bit of a read because I could just as easily not press in that situation, right? So if we've been doing that back and forth and you've started to force trades in that scenario, I could just as easily not press a button or delay my crouching medium kick, right? Because like if you look at the spacing here, right, a stand light kick might reach me based on that spacing. Actually, it probably would, right? So you'd probably stuff whatever I'm doing there. But if there was more space there and I'm able to, or if I just back up a little bit, I might be able to get out of that situation and then press the crouching kick at that point, right? To try to stuff that button that's coming out. So,
Right.
but it is something that if you notice me doing that, like I'm pressing immediately on your minus frames, you could try to go for a faster button because Ken stand crouching medium kick is 7 frames, right? So, in a -2 situation, going and getting a trade is probably a little bit better. So.
Okay.
At least I think so. People have different opinions, but that's what I tend to think about is that like taking the crouching medium kick here and drive rush from Ken is like terrible, right? Like sends you across the screen. Whereas a trade, you get to play neutral still. So, ooh, what happened there? Oh, you went for a delay tech, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. And then
Big habit.
it loses to my delay button here, right? So go for that. I delay my button, and it hits you counter hit here. And I don't think I was ready, I guess, because that normally would convert into a crouching medium punch, and I guess I just didn't do it, right? So anyway, but yeah, I mean, it's a tough. This is also tough to defend because Ken is +5 here in that situation. If I do it right, wait, I did do the run stop right. Let's see. Yeah. So Ken's actually plus. I think it's supposed to be +5 or here. So if I do a delay option, it'll beat your delay tech, right? Because most people will try to delay tech here, right? Because Ken can't really shimmy you from this situation. So he can try neutral jumping, I guess. But if you do a tech, I think you will recover in time because it's only 5 frames. So a lot of people will delay tech here, so that's why I go for a delay jab, right? Additionally, if you go for a EXDP here, right? Like a reversal or a derev, it'll beat that also, right? So... that's kind of why I did that here was I'm like, okay, I'm not quite sure what option you're going to try to choose. So I try to defend against multiple options, right? So this would lose to like like immediate throw, right? Like if you didn't delay tech, you just went for immediate tech, it would lose to that. Or if you just continued blocking, right? It would, you'd also get away from it. So. And then I guess that one was just a rhythm thing, right? I pressed when you were about to press, so. I sway. Alright, so I'm not pressing on the medium. Oh, and then that was the my attempt at reversaling the fireball, and then it looks like you recover in time, right?
Yep.
So, but unfortunately, I think you missed the punish. Alright, so 6 frame.
Yeah, that's 6 frame.
Yeah, I think you might have been a frame
What was
late.
it, like a frame off?
Yeah,
2.
2 frames late. So, yeah, it's so hard sometimes. I swear to God, like the derev has such so much visual that sometimes I don't think I'm pressing the button right away. So, but yeah, that was definitely a punish if you had pressed it timely, but no big deal. Yeah, and then I guess the sway dodges my crouching heavy punch. So get thrown, I'm burned out. And I think it falls apart for me here because I'm burned out against DJ and it's very difficult to defend, right? So I try to get aggressive, doesn't quite work out.
That was flash kick.
Didn't come out.
Nope.
Nice jab.
I think at this point I'm literally just trying to out neutral and just hold that space right there.
Yeah, and I think that's the right thing to do is to continue to try walk Ken down to the corner here. The issue is that since I was burned out, I tend to get... I was thinking in my head that I need to be more aggressive here, right? Because the more aggressive I am, the less chance of me ending up in the corner, right? So...
Right.
Because I'm going to die, right? If I'm in the corner burned out against a DJ, it's really hard to defend the options coming in, right? So...
What options and all are you looking for in that situation? Just like a corner burnout?
Oh, against a DJ?
Yeah.
So I tend to get hit by the... What is that setup? It's like the heavy fireball. So there's like a loop, right? There's like a heavy fireball or something into like a jab or some button, and you can continue looping the fireball. So I think that's one of them. In burnout anyway. And then there's one other one that has like the two, like he does the axe kick going up, and then since that's plus, you get like a sequence from that, I think.
Oh, okay. So it's more the Oki sort of like post hit things.
Yeah, because like if I'm stuck in the corner, obviously the threaded DI is a problem, right? So what ultimately will end up happening, at least from me anyway, is that like a lot of players will just kind of trap you in the corner when you're burned out, and they'll kind of be pressuring you by walking forward and trying to get you to press the button and then whiff punish, right? So like what happens to me a lot is that like if I get thrown or something in the corner and it's an Oki situation, I'll try to wake up with a button or something like that to try to catch a shimmy, and I'll get space trapped by like a sway, right? Or what is that button? Like you'd back up and press, I think crouching medium punch is what you would press, right? You would whiff punish like a jab or something with that. So it's really just that those Oki scenarios, right? I wish I could explain that further or better. Like I don't have it all memorized. Like I know when I see it, like it's like, oh crap. But that's what I'm afraid of, right? Is that like if I'm stuck in that situation, like if I was burned out, you know, from like from this situation here where I'm, let's see, where was it? So here, right? So you go for the air slasher here. I guess I'm assuming that like this is gonna land meaty, right? I don't think I can do anything about this. What I have seen other DJs do is I don't know if there's a drive rush option out of here, right? I know you're low on meter is probably why you did that. But what I do see a lot in that situation is like a drive rush into a button here, or some sort of walk up option, right? Fireball's fine, I think, because it's safe, you know, keeps me away and pushes me back. But I feel like if you can walk forward, maybe that's not a bad option either, right? Because like what happens here is you throw the fireball, and then you throw one, and then I immediately jump to try to get space back, right? So, and then here now, like you have to back up, right? And this is what kind of keeps me out of the corner, is that like I'm moving forward and kind of being aggressive, and it's forcing you to back up, even though you don't have, you know, you still have like, you know, I'm the one burned out. And I think a big reason for that is because of this, right? You only have like one bar here, and you're kind of worried about burning out yourself, and you don't want to commit to anything that would force that, right? Because if you burn out here, I'm going to recover before you do, right? So yeah, I don't know if there's like a good way to defend this. I guess you would just have to try to be aggressive here, maybe walk forward, or try to keep me moving back. But I'm sure there's a way you can probably defend me trying to get the space back, right? And I think you do a good job of like keeping the fireball out, but then I land a jump in here, right? So, and then this ultimately is what allows me to get a good amount of a meter back, right? And then it allows me to also stay out of the corner. So, and then flashing doesn't come out, right?
Right.
Right. So navigate the burnout sequence. Great. Good jab. You try to back up. Don't fall for the space trap. I get up, kicked. That was wild, by the way. I actually said on screen, oh man, they didn't cross up. That was awesome.
It's rough. It's a tight timing, for sure.
And I think this normally combos, right?
Yeah, I just didn't hit it fast enough.
Yeah, that normally, because I was like, oh, I'm dead here, right? Because I think you get a combo and you finish from there, but and then I end up trying to press, and then you just kill me from there, right? So I think ultimately for that game, I know you won it at the end, and I think like, you know, it worked out. But if I had to break down a couple of situations where maybe it could go better, is that like the burnout sequence that you had, trying to pressure me a little more might not have been a bad idea. There's not a whole lot King can do there other than reversal. So if you're worried about that, you know, obviously, you know, you have to play around it a little bit. But DJ has a lot of good tools that are now like really difficult to contest, right? Like the stand medium kick or whatever it is, and like Sobot and all those other kind of longer range moves that are kind of minus or like DI-able become really good, right? Like I can't really do anything or to contest those necessarily without like jumping or trying to whiff punish it. So something to think about, right? Like when you have your opponent burned out, if you can try to gain some advantage, right? Because like as close as that game was, like you won it, but like when I got my meter back, there was a chance I could still win it, right? Like there was still 2 interactions where if I had landed a hit, I could have cashed out into super and stole it, right? So
Fair enough. No, I like the way I think of thinking that the buttons in Burnout that aren't necessarily safe to throw out all the time now are like fine. I never really put that together.
yeah, yeah. And it's something that, especially for DJ, right? Because he has a lot of these like really long range, like hard to contest buttons in neutral. It's just you can't necessarily use them recklessly because you'll get DI'd, right? Like if you try to do that against like your random ranked opponent, they'll DI you and you'll just get hit, right? So, and CFN, apparently I can't be in a replay for too long, otherwise it'll kick me out. All right.
Really? Man.
I don't know. It's happened a couple of times, so I don't know if it's just like a CFN thing or my computer thing. But like, if I'm in a replay for a while, especially when I'm doing these, sometimes they'll just kick me out, and I'm like, that sucks.
That's
So,
yeah. Which one was this?
so this is round 3 of game 1. That should be round 3. Yeah, round 3 game 1, right? All right. So looks like you are blocking now, not trying to contest it all after this, right? So that's good. Right, and then tick throw, right? Kind of have the guess on the jab because it's +3. What it is, basically you have to guess strike or shimmy, right? So like I could go for a frame trap here, or go for a throw or a shimmy, right? So you could delay tech or delay button or some other option, but that's your guess, right? Strike throw. Yeah. So here I'm just kind of applying like drive rush pressure. As Ken, like I use most of my bar to get you into the corner. So if this is how I'm doing that, like that's totally fine. Because I think the net result, right? If I landed a clean hit and run Tatsu'd you, you'd be more or less here, and I have more or less the same meter, right? So like me doing the spending a bar and kind of getting you to like trying to get you to start teching is worth it in my mind, right? That's why I'm going for what I'm going for here. So that's a good challenge. Well, take the Sobot. Yeah, then reset back to neutral, right? So in my mind here, I'm actually thinking like I don't want anything to do with like you pressing buttons in my face here. So I just back off and hope you don't tag me as I'm walking back, and then we get to play neutral again. Yeah. Oh, that was nice. Alright, so that was pretty good. I wonder what I was doing there. Let's see. So back tech, forward dash. Huh? How'd that hit me? Huh.
Sorry, man.
I don't What's going on here? What? Oh. Oh, it read a backdash. Okay, never mind. So I tried a backdash here. I was like, no, that's not right. Right? I'm blocking it, but no, it's a backdash. You can see.
Oh, so you're just guessing throw there with
Yeah,
backdash, right?
yeah,
All right.
definitely. Yeah, and that sucks for me that I got hit there. But yeah, it's kind of a. I've been trying to do it more, like trying to backdash in those situations because it's a pretty good reward if you do go for throw and I dodge it. But I swear to God, I get hit way more than this is like, yeah.
Dude, it's so tough. I'll play against the players around me, and like every single one is just backdashing for free. I'm like, damn, I should have guessed that better.
Right?
And
Like,
then
how
I
is
try it once. Oh, yeah.
never works for me, dude. I swear. But
Yeah.
it is a good option, or it can be a good option, right? Because the risk I think is like, is you're gonna beat a throw. If they shimmy you or do some other delay option, like it's not gonna be a problem. Um, it does lose to like meaty, but I guess like in that situation, like I've seen it more. I think is like in the middle of light strings. So like a cami or something will walk up to you, press two jabs, and then people will backdash out of that pressure, right? So like if they go for a throw, it'll whiff, and then they can get a punish. But yeah, man, I don't know how everyone does it. Everyone seems to backdash against me. I can't do it. So
It's cheap.
yeah, rigged, man. Okay, so I get thrown here, right? So now I'm dealing with your offense here, right? So I think I'm just blocking for the most part. You can actually see me try to do like a crouching medium kick, but you press, and that I'm still blocking when it comes out.
Mm.
And then for some reason a Jinrai gets red, and you can see that startup. I don't know what happened there, but that's what happened. So you get a combo. All right, so now I have to guess here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just block. Right, and then now after that sway, I have a little bit of space to work with now. We're outside of crouching medium kick ranges, so I'm just kind of like, all right, now I have to play kind of aggressive, or I don't want to say kind of aggressive, but like I have to be ready to try to punish something if you walk up or if you press a button that whiffs. So instead, I try to instead I actually get aggressive here and walk up and do a light, right? So similar to what you were doing in game one, where I just kind of walk up and press like my longest range 5-frame move, to try to stuff anything you're doing and get some space back, right? So now I have some space to work with, right, to back here. So, and then I'm able to use Jinrai to push you out far enough to now I can play some neutral, right? So, but yeah, that's what's going through my head during corner defense. So, anyway. All right, just playing some honest footsies. Oh, not so honest anymore. Nice parry. So I was like, oh, that was a nice parry. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think the main thing there was that you had me in the corner, and I think you could have easily won had you been a little more aggressive with like after that last sequence there. So like. So here, right, on this in this sequence here. So there's immediate stuff there. I think that, and I think it's tough, right? Like the meter situation here, you have a ton of it. I have half a bar. One mix-up's gonna kill me. So I don't know if DJ has any good way to pressure from here to just kind of, that's kind of safe. I guess crouching medium punch would be the right move. But I think if you have a way to continue the pressure, maybe with like a drive rush cancel or some sort of raw drive rush, I think that might not have been a bad idea given the meter situation. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you have any thoughts on that in that scenario there.
It's really tough because the buttons that DJ has are just like wholly unsafe
Mm-hmm.
at that range.
Mm-hmm.
So it's either I'm doing something that is jumpable or that is like I'm jumping in or throwing a fireball or something stupid.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Uh, so
Okay.
what I usually try to do is just beat up drive gauge at
Mm-hmm.
this range because I'm too afraid of level 3.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, level 3 definitely won't kill you, right? Even CA. If I do any other super, obviously it's not going to kill you. But I will say that I think, given the life situation and totals here, like worst case scenario, I land a hit and cash out, and do like 4,500 damage, something like that. But I'd be burned out no meter, and you'd have a situation where you're probably down to 4 bars ish, that you could still come back from, right? Like it's not
Okay.
unsurmountable. I think the amount of life you have here might allow you to take a little bit more risk, right? In that situation, try to close out the game. Again, I don't actually hate the decision to back off either. I think either of those work out pretty well. It's just that, like, with, and maybe it's just a me thing, but I feel like the longer you allow a player to have, like, be in the situation where they have a chance, the more chance of you getting robbed, right? So, because if you look at the situation here, right? I mean, I don't think it's close. Land a couple of hits. Right, so from here, I don't think I could kill you without a full cash out and extra. I need another 3 bars here. But if I did land that hit, like if you missed your parry or if like I did something else there, like it could be that you would be one now, like you'd get hit and then you'd be one interaction away from death now, right? And then now it's like tense, right? Whereas before, back here, it's like 3 interactions, right? Well, maybe 2 if I cash out here, but anyway, it's just I think there's some balance to be try to had when you're trying to close out games, and it's still kind of early, so maybe it's okay. But I think in like a tournament first to 2, like trying to close out might not be a bad idea given the situation. So something to consider. I don't know what's right or wrong here because ultimately it works out for you. You end up winning. So obviously it's correct because you won. But there may be a way to close that out without having any sort of extra chance, like closing the door behind you, right? Like sealing it away. So cool.
Yeah, I like that way of thinking of it.
Yeah. And again, it's by feel. I think like if you have the opportunity to do it, maybe it makes sense. But if you're playing against someone that is kind of reversal happy or like likes to push buttons or anything like that, like you've got to read on their defensive tendencies, then I think exploiting that by backing up is probably totally fine. So, all right, so this is game 2 now. That was nice. No flash kick though.
Yeah.
No big deal. Let's see what happened there. Oh, you're probably just holding back after you got hit by the jump in.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, I was trying to hold down back, yeah.
Yeah, and then after the second jab hit, you're trying to back up, and yeah.
Yeah.
So I just take the free damage I get there. Firewall driver. So, something I've seen more people do, in right here, is derev. So it is a bit expensive to do, but you would not have to deal with this mix up here because Ken is +2 here, right? So you have to deal with the +2 situation. He's not close enough for a throw. In this case, I kind of get aggressive and go like I get a little cheeky and go for a Jin right here. But if you don't want to deal with this situation, I think a derev on the fireball that catches the drive rush, like the raw drive rush, is not a bad idea. I actually like it a lot against characters like Aki or even DJ that use EX fireball a lot to get through that. Because then the meter is like definitely your favorite, right? Because they spend 3 bars to your 2 on the drive rush, right? So
Okay.
all right, so take the throw. All right, so it looks like you might have been pressing here. Let's see. Oh, delay tech or instant tech maybe. Okay.
Either way, yeah.
Yeah. So 1 frame delay tech there. So miss your delay tech, no big deal. Right, take the DP, right, and then get shimmied. Right, and then that's on me to DP that. Like I back up and I don't DP it. That's on me to figure it out. But I think I just go for a delay tech here and it gets you, right? So.
I was trying to do something cool.
Yeah. They're good. You're going for something there.
Yeah. If you drive rush cancel the heavy punch, you can juggle into another heavy punch.
Oh,
And get
gotcha.
up machine gun.
Gotcha.
It was stupid.
It would have been cool because I'm in the corner now,
True.
right, and all that. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, if you break down this game, really what it came down to was I got you in the corner and then mixed you up, right? Like I just did Ken gaming, if you will, right? Put you in a strike throw guess, and then managed to catch you either missing your delay tech with a jab, and then I'm confirming it. You took kind of a big hit on the shimmy here, right? So I've been throwing you a lot in the last game and this round. So I end up shimmying you here, right? Just by walking back, right? And then ultimately, should have the DP there, not a big deal. And then ultimately, I think what happens is you drop the combo, and then you go for a throw, and then I just react, right? So. Again, tough to do. I think some of these situations, like in that strike throw mix, you just kind of have to guess. If you get a read on like my tendencies there, then that would be good. I will say that I tend to go for throws until you start showing me tech, and then once you start going for tech slow, that's when I'll tend to shimmy, right? So at least that again, that's me and how I run that. But it's still hard to defend. Like as I describe it, it sounds so simple, but it's so hard to defend it, right? Because Ken is doing a bunch of stuff that looks one way, and then I do something else, right? So. This fireball. Ooh. So I'm
Immediate
mashing
button.
here. I think. Ooh. Is that so that's I guess that's not real, huh? The target combo from there?
Yeah, I should have just done medium medium.
Gotcha.
Medium medium tells me what you're doing before I go for a mix up.
Okay.
But
Alright. Yeah,
that's
so
the
now
sickest combo he got.
and it does like kind of an absurd amount of damage, right? Like 2 bars for almost like 3,800. It's kind of a lot.
Insane.
But yeah, I've noticed that you started teching here, right? So like the previous game you teched, so I tried to jump in and then you tech again, right? So that's why I went for what I noticed that you started doing that, so that's why I went for it. That was good DP though. I think it, let's see. Yeah, I don't mind that decision actually. I'm trying to think if there's a better way for you to deal with this. I feel like a DI might have worked, but it's the same amount of meter. So, wake up.
I'm pretty sure up kicks, like regular heavy up kicks, would work too. I just wasn't looking at what you were doing per se.
Gotcha. You just saw me coming in, right? It's like, all right,
Yeah, like
let me
dude, he's
reverse.
running at me. I'm out of here.
Yeah, let me reversal, right? So, again, I don't mind that decision 'cause it doesn't burn you out necessarily. Let's see, because I think like if you don't do anything here and you just block, or maybe even perfect parry, I don't know, but if you just block here, I'm gonna take half a bar away probably, right? With like the Dragon Lash into like some light string or something. So I don't necessarily mind the decision here. It does put you in a tougher situation overall, but you can contest this pretty well with fireballs, right? So. It's so funny that anti-air. Like it looks like Ken's supposed to go like a mile away. He just like gets pulled back down to gravity. Anyway. Alright, so you go for just trying back up, I guess. Maybe trying to shimmy me or something, and then I just jab.
Yep.
Like I do a wake up, kind of a wake up, a little bit of delay jab, I think, is what it looked like. Let's see. Right. Yep. So I go for a delay jab here because I'm not 100% sure if you're going to try to walk back or shimmy. So I'm just doing this to kind of force you to block and kind of end whatever it is you are trying to do, right? So a delay jab on wake up, right? Because if you go for a throw, you know, like I'm willing to take a throw here. I guess what I'm trying to say, right? So because if I do a delay jab, I can't delay tech. So if I get thrown here, that is what it is. And if you go for some sort of delay option that's not 100% meaty, like this will probably tag it. And if you shimmy, it'll also tag it, right? And if you neutral jump, the jab will recover in time for me to DP. So at least that's why I choose this defensive option in that scenario, right? It's mid screen, it's not a huge risk, and I'm okay with taking a throw here. So nice parry, good throw, and back to honest footsies. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Dude.
Yeah. Alright, so you're in the corner now. So this is really scary now, right? Because you who don't have a lot of bar left, Ken has an Oki setup from here, like a million of them, right? And if you guess wrong here, if you just block, you're gonna burn out, right?
I can't believe you did a button there.
In that situation, yeah.
Yeah.
It's really cheeky, and I'm taking advantage of your hesitancy because you're about to burn out. So it's
Well,
I
the
mean,
only option I had there was to like level 2, level 3, and you just it's good.
yeah. Well, the thing is here, you're actually plus, right? Plus 4? Yeah.
Am I actually? From
Yeah.
what?
So this setup here. So immediate heavy Jinrai. So if I do nothing, Ken's -3, right? So this is
Okay.
kind of a bait setup, if you will, right? So I do the Jinrai, and then the low is an auto time meaty that will leave me +5 if it hits, right? So if you're blocking high for some reason, because it's kind of cheeky, right? Because it looks like I could go for an overhead here, but in fact I go for the low. So you're actually +4 here, right?
Okay.
So it was technically your turn here, but it's very difficult to press because you're not always ready for that scenario, right? So you could have pressed here, and you could have pressed your jab, and you would have been able to beat me here, right? That's why this setup is not like the best. You do it once or twice, like during a set, to try to bait something. And you see me do it later. I think I do I just do that Jin right into nothing, and then I get thrown for it. But yeah, that scenario there, it is your turn there, so you could have pressed there. But what I did instead was I just went for a button, right? I was like, oh, if I was gonna get hit, I would have gotten hit already. So I'm just gonna press, right?
And I guess you're fine getting level 3 there too, right?
Was that?
I guess you're fine getting level 3 there too.
Yeah, I think so. They put me about here, probably 40%.
Yeah.
And then you'd have no super, right? You'd have meter back though, and I would be down on meter, so it would be not a great situation for me. But I'm up around, and I can try to win another neutral interaction. Because where you're at, definitely one neutral interaction without meter will kill you, right? Like I could just super from whatever, right? So and then from here it's just corner defense, right, and corner offense, and then I just go for the DI and hope you're not ready for it, right, and it works out. But yeah, I mean, again, if I look at the situations where I ended up kind of taking the game, like half of it is because of a neutral interaction that went my way and not yours, and then like the games where I'm kind of rolling over is really just like going through is like corner defense, right? Like you guess wrong a couple of times and get hit for it. So yeah, I mean, what are you thinking? What do you think about the game so far?
I think it's really good insights. I very much enjoy having a different perspective as to why these games are going the way that they are. As instead of just like, oh, it's just can straight through, which is not healthy.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like especially against a character like Ken, like when you play these like higher level Kens, like you run into like a 1900 Ken or something like that, it feels like they're not doing anything particularly crazy, and you're still somehow losing to it, right? Like, oh, they won a neutral interaction, or they won one Oki situation. How am I dead? Right? And a lot of it ends up being like this, right? It's basically they're playing this sort of show to space control game. They're kind of beating you in neutral, and then they're forcing you into guess situations. And ultimately, in this game, if you are on the defensive, you are going to guess wrong eventually, right? So I think this is the last game we played, so game 4. So let's take a look here. All right. So pressing on your pressing more buttons when your plus is good. Oh, and then I just kind of read the rhythm here, right?
Oh, that was really close.
Yeah. Right, so I delay, and then I just kind of press when I feel like you're gonna move, right? And it happens to tag you.
Yeah.
So
Clean.
right, go for the DP here. Right, and then now I think you're it's in your head that I'm gonna throw you now, so I'm kind of shimmying you here. I think the adjustment you would make here is you would just go for a low to try to stop me from doing that. I know DJ doesn't have a low forward like cancelable move, but he does have like that sweep thing, right? The crouching medium kick. So you could try to do something like that maybe, because it'll knock me down, right? Like if you land that clean, it's a knockdown, so then you'd be able to jump over or get a setup, right? So okay, so I convert, right, and then now I'm throwing. All right, so and then this is just like corner pressure, right? I'm trying to press buttons and make it seem like there may or may not be gaps, right? And I kind of burn out here, which is actually a mistake on my part, I think. Right. So I don't convert that. That's okay. And then I kind of get aggressive here, right? I try to keep you in the corner here. I think that's a mistake on my part. I know it works out for me here, but I think like I could have kept you in there without doing that. But I got, I guess I saw the light at the end of the tunnel there, just went for it. And if you look like at the pressure here, so get hit. So right here is 0, right? So you could press. I mean, it's not anyone's turn technically here, right? Go for a parry, and then I just go for crouch and medium kick, and you parry it here, right? So you're actually It's into the driver's cancel. And I think like you could have went for a D-rev there, right? That might not have been a bad option.
Yeah, looking
So,
now, you couldn't even have done anything even if you blocked, which
mhm.
I don't think you can after drive crouch medium kick.
No, I don't think so. Especially from this right here. If you D-rev me, that's it. My pressure is donezo, right? Now I have no meter to pressure you with, right? So, and then so there's a bunch of like just I'm pressing buttons in kind of a weird-ish rhythm, if you will. That's just trying to catch you trying to do something else, right? So like you're trying to walk back, you try to jump after that jab, right? It looks like. Right, land a hit, and then it looks like you're trying to jump maybe, right? So I catch the pre-jump frames, and that's what kind of allows me to do that. Right. So now my pressure is done, right? But the damage has already been done, right? So like you've taken an additional like 3,000 ish damage or so. So now you're like a straight hit away versus a whole interaction away, right? I'm still burned out, and you have some meter to work with, but yeah, this is still very much in my favor based on the position and everything else. But you can still turn this around, right, from the situation. It's not over yet, I guess. Right. And then here's where we talk about that burnout sequencing, right? To try to get me to walk all the way down to the corner, using DJ's buttons to keep pushing me back, right? And then you go for the DI there.
Yeah.
And I just happened to jump, right? Yeah. And then get beat by it. So ultimately, though, like I know at the end there it was kind of scrambly, but I think that because of how much you were forced to defend in the corner and you kind of ate two mix-ups, that's ultimately what allowed that situation to be a thing, right? Like I felt like I could take a little bit more of a risk in jumping versus just like trying to play neutral. I could just kind of jump around and try to tax your mental stack a little bit because I have so much life, right? And like in that scenario, my meter was coming back. I could have gotten it back pretty quick after a few more, a little bit more time, right? So that's what was going through my head anyway as I was trying to defend that burnout situation. Okay, so same thing here, I think. Again, get caught kind of walking back, right? Hallmark of Ken, right? Catch you walking back. So, but yeah, again, standing your ground a little bit, maybe just blocking, or pressing another like 5-framer from there if you're -2. Go for a trade, may not be a bad idea. Okay. Defend that well. Oh, and I go for a DI there. All right, now I'm cornered here, right? So let's see if you're able to hold me in the corner there. All right, so I challenge here. Let's see. All right, so plus, right? Drive rush. +6. +2. And then I challenge your 6-frame button with my 4-frame, right? So kind of what we were talking about, where forcing a trade is not the worst thing in the world here. Right, so get some space back. You immediately press, like it's a trade, right? So it's still, I think, in your favor because you're still like plus, right, at the end of that. So I can't really do anything but block.
I should get a trade combo there. I messed it up a little bit. But...
Yeah. And I think like it's again, this is maybe a Juzzy thing. I challenge a lot here to try to keep you from getting away with that stuff. And yeah, if you had a trade combo lined up because you're +6, like it's probably not a bad idea to be ready for that. Because that scenario could trade, right? -2 if the other player decides to get 4-framey, like decide to go for a 4-frame there. So.
Yep, I just do another crouching medium punch.
Yep. So I said this
that was
like,
fake.
It's not a safe jump, right? Like that.
Or... No, I did the wrong. I think you have to do neither.
Okay. Because I kind of guessed. I wasn't sure, to be honest. So I just kind of went for it because I'm gonna burn out, right? I can't EXCP, and I wanted to reversal, so I just guessed. Yeah, and then it gets me out of the corner because Ken has a busted Super 1, right? So.
Okay, what frame is it?
Let's see. So. Oh, it's 41.
Oh
Okay,
my god.
so it's 41. Okay, so I guess it would be safe to a 6 frame reversal, right? Um, but
He's
unfortunately,
level
Ken's
1-5?
yeah, Ken's is 5, I think. Oh no, it's
Dude, it's a
6.
good thing he's low tier. Okay.
Oh, but the invulnerability is this. So
Okay.
yeah, but this should have. If it was 42, he would have recovered, I think.
Good to know.
Yeah, because he would recover here. Yeah, you would recover here. So, but the invulnerability, yeah, you would go through the invulnerability and then you would land, I guess. So it ends up beating you, I guess. So that's kind of annoying, but it worked out for me, I guess. 7 frame reversal. This should be 7 frame, right?
I think
6 frames
so. Yeah.
vulnerability. Yeah, it's 7 frame reversal. So yeah, because you would land if it was 42, you would land recover through the invulnerability frames, right? So anyway. All right, back to on the footsies. Given the meter situation here, I'm kind of incentivized to try to walk forward, and try to put pressure on this because you can't EX Fireball, right? So since you can't EX Fireball here and like stop me from moving forward and drive rush behind it, I'm kind of incentivized, or at least I should be anyway, incentivized to walk forward, right? I don't know if I do that here or not. I just kind of slowly get through and then I land a jump in, right? So, all right. Right, so you defend that, back up. You have to deal with Jinrai, and then you go for a parry here, right? I don't
Yeah.
think I've been Jinraiing you as much this game. So you ended up guessing against the built-in mix-up, and then it was unfortunately incorrect, right? So actually, I hit you, and then you go for a parry.
Oh.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So interesting decision here, I guess. Let's see. So I land this. I'm +3 here, but I'm too far for a throw. So I could go for. So if I was like trying to frame trap you here, I would probably go for like a crouching medium kick, right? Or no, sorry, crouching medium punch rather. Try to stuff a button coming from you. So I guess I don't mind the parry. I don't mind the parry decision as much if I had gone for a button on my plus frames.
Mm-hmm.
But it's tough to defend here, right? I think parry can be a risky proposition here because of the threat of walk up throw, right? Like it's just really easy for me to not press something and just walk up and throw you, right? Because even if you like here, right? Like I have a million frames to grab you, right? Because the recovery is so long. So yeah, I'm sure I think what other scenario you could parry that would make a difference there, but yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. It's tough because you just got hit. You're minus, right? It's too far for really anything like a follow up or anything like that. But Ken could press like a 6 frame there to try to beat a 4 frame to frame trap. And then in that case, I think the wake up parry, or in that case, the parry would not have. It wouldn't have been a perfect parry, right? Because if you had parried immediately, and I'm pressing the button because I'm +3. It would have came out on frame 6 for me, so it would be a frame off for the perfect parry on the immediate parry. So, you'd have to delay it by a frame, I think, if you wanted to try to go for that there. At least with the button that I was pressing, right? Given that
Right.
space. So, but yeah, I mean, again, I think a lot of where I was kind of able to get you was just corner pressure, right? So I was kind of again pressing buttons in kind of unorthodox ways, if you will. Allowing you to parry or try to go after your meter, and then go for like a shimmy or some other option to open you up, and that's really what it was. And some of it, like there's one run where it's just like all wrong guesses, if you will, but there were situations where you're able to fight your way out, right? Like you come up, you're able to press buttons, you guess correctly on like a throw tech or something like that, press buttons to create space, and then you're able to play neutral again, right? So, but yeah, man, I don't know. What are you thinking?
No, those were really good games and very good insights on like what I should be looking for in both offensive and defensive situations, both
Mhm.
of which kind of feel a little weak, but
Yeah, I mean, you
Um,
you play a good DJ, right? I mean, there's no doubt, you a very good player, right? It's just that I think there were situations that ended up going my way, unfortunately, for you anyway. For me, it worked out, I guess. But because like the neutral game that we were playing, it was really like who could land that counter hit or who could land the whiff punish, right? Like there wasn't a lot of like, kind of stray buttons being put out there, right? There was a lot of that footsies aspect happening. But unfortunately, like as soon as it became an okay situation favored one or the other, that's when the game changes, right? So, but yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think what else I can kind of point out here, but a lot of it just ended up being like me being able to mix you up in the corner, right? That's where like 90% of my damage came from, right? Like one straight hit in neutral puts you in the corner, and then one or two wrong guesses on your part, and then that leads to a lot of damage, right? So, I can try to think if there's any better ways to defend some of that stuff. I just have to kind of get a read on how I'm running offense there. And sometimes it is just a guess, right? I do think though that something I did bring up was like derevving against my drive rush on block might not be a bad idea. Stopping that pressure from coming across, because like I feel like it was really difficult for you when I had like tick throw pressure, right? So like plus frames into throw mix up there. But a lot of it is from drive rush, right? So like this only way for Ken to really generate those plus frames outside of like Oki situations. So spending meter to stop that pressure might not be a bad idea over the course of the game, right? Because if I spend 3 bars to your 2 and that continues on, you're gonna have meter economy on me and be able to pressure me differently, right? Like if I can't drive rush or extend pressure anymore, it changes how I have to play offense and changes how I play defense, right? So that might be something to consider, right? So
Yeah, I'm definitely working on that one. I'm dying to have so many low forwards, dude.
it's so hard, as a Ken player, obviously I land a lot of them just because I'm pressing it a lot, right? Like kind of the Brett Favre idea, right? If I throw enough passes, some of them will get caught, right? Same thing with crouch medium kick for Ken. So anyway, yeah, I can't think of anything I'd want to lab in particular. I mean, we saw the D-Rev on Drive Rush, right? And again, I think that makes more sense for a character like DJ where the reversal is a charge move. So if you do something you're not sure, like if I do like a Drive Rush jab, like crouching forward Drive Rush jab that doesn't have a gap, and you try to reversal through that, you lose your charge, right? And then you can't do it anymore. So like D-Rev might be a better option there. Because if I'm like Ken or somebody, right, and that happens to me, I can just mash EXDP and it'll come out or it won't, right? Like you don't have to time anything. So, but yeah, other than that, I don't think there's anything else I want to bring up, but I can't think of anything. Yeah. So you got time to run another first 3? You want to run it back?
I would love to.
All right, let's do it. Are you still in the room, or let me just create? I guess.
No.
Yeah. All right.
I went back and labbed the whatever happened in game 1.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I know I can do that.
Oh, that's not you.
That's not me.
Perry man.
That guy won't accept my friend request. The guy who's just Perry, Perry, Perry.
This guy?
Yeah, I saw his name. I'm like, dude, that's awesome. You're 3 of me. Just didn't do it.
All right, I'll leave the mics hot and we can just run it. So
Yeah, for sure. No.
oh, 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 nice a lot. Oh, oh, nice.
I like it.
Yeah, how good that is, right? Look at the meter change too, right? Like
That's so much better.
Oh, I'm dead.
No, don't look.
Oh, okay. But yeah, like that whole sequence turned the whole game around, right? So.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Oh, stuff my fireball? That was sick. Oh, that was sick. That was sick. I didn't realize that would stuff the fireball. That was crazy.
Dude, it's 6 frames full screen. It does my taxes. It's awesome.
Oh.
A quick shout out to Street Fighter 6's netcode.
Yeah.
Aren't you? You're on West Coast,
The
right?
West Coast, yeah, California.
That's crazy. I'm in New York.
Oh, that's so
So,
sick.
dude, the connect. I was playing someone in the EU yesterday, and it was
It
one
works,
frame.
right? Yeah. I mean,
Dude,
it's
it's
like.
insane.
Oh. Oh, that was nice.
No.
Oh, what? Nice. I just missed that slide.
I don't even know how it came out. I won't lie. I love that counter hit confirm.
Oh.
Oh, oh no. Yeah, nice.
The one time the backdash didn't get punished, huh?
Oh man, I went straight through that punch.
Oh, nice. Oh, demon. That's so sick though. Just let that confirm rip.
Dude, it's so good.
Yeah, it's so much damage, dude.
Ooh, that's a Sway's trap right there.
Yeah, and I'm -5 like on the stand medium kick, so. Oh,
Ooh, okay.
so if I space that wrong, like it should be. Ooh.
That
Oh
was
yeah.
flash.
And I hate how like it's so hard to punish that too, right? From that range, because it's like what 12 frames or something. So
Yep. What are you gonna hit there? Like, really?
I don't know. I would have been ideally driverish heavy punch, but I don't think it's fast enough.
Oh. Heavy punch. Heavy punch.
It's one of
I
Ken's
love
best
it.
buttons. Space traps into itself.
Out of there.
Nice. Oh. Oh, that's nice sway. Oh. Oh, knee was nice. That knee was nice.
Stop. Stop.
Oh, walk up throw.
Come on, man. Just tech.
Just, come on, man. Just tech. Come on, let me win.
Please. Nice.
Oh, built it at the very end.
Very close.
Yeah, I will say that in that scenario there, I went for like a delay button. So, that's why I was able to block your reversal.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Oh.
No.
Oh, come on.
Get me out of there.
Oh, that's so hard to
Bro.
not tech there though. Like,
Yeah. Dude, you're running at me Mach 10.
I know. And it's like, oh man, if I take this throw, I can't take the throw, I'm gonna die. So. Oh, nice. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, that was sick. Oh, I tried. I tried to walk up and challenge. Oh, nice.
Give me that.
That was sick. That was sick. Dash up throw. That's super strong. I mean, I was so passive at the end there. Like,
I'm not trying to react there. If I were you.
oh yeah, no way. I mean, I'm just gonna get whiff punished, right? If that's the case.
For sure. What do you get here? Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, come on.
Oh.
And do it.
He shoot me again. No, I will say that, and it's kind of funny the way I run my offense is I just try to do the last thing. I try to think about what the last thing you're thinking about is. Like, oh, he just shimmied. He's not gonna do it again, right? And
Dude, yeah, it's solid.
nice. Oh, that was sick. Oh, I finally got one.
Oh. It's awesome because you get like finally get the one, and you're just not ready.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Oh. Oh, I just ran into your knee. Oh, nice.
Is Ken plus after like 5 medium kick or 5 medium punch? Stand medium punch, jeez.
He's -2.
-2, good
Yeah,
to know.
this is -2, yeah.
This is way too late.
Oh, I was
Please.
stuck in parry. Oh, what a...
Oh no.
Oh no! Uh-oh.
Oh,
Oh, come on.
wait. Oh.
Whoa. No way, dude. This is way too sweaty for a random Friday night match, man.
Do it again. No. No.
Oh. The walk back is really good. Oh no! The throw, the run.
Oh.
Is this
I
gonna
don't.
kill?
This doesn't kill.
Oh man.
No!
Robbed.
I missed my jam.
Oh, um,
Very good games.
yeah, that was good. I think that I like the adjustments though. So like, something that I think people should be doing, and maybe and you did it here, was like on tick throw situations, or like not tick throw, sorry, but like jab throw situations where the jab's actually minus. Just simply walking back, if you have space to do it, is a pretty good option too, right? Like you saw me whiff a lot of throws, and I think if you're more ready for it, you can just like punish me from there. So,
Yeah, for sure.
so yeah, man. Anything else you can think of before we wrap up here?
No, those were some good games. Very good
Oh
games.
man, oh man, yeah. So the VOD will be up. You can watch it and you can talk about it then. We have the replays also, so it's all good. So yeah, I'll just
All
do the
right.
outro here. But after that, you can hang out if you want. Or you can take off. It's all good. So anyway, thanks
Yeah,
for
thank
coming
you
on,
very
man. Hope it
much.
was helpful.
Yeah, thank you
Awesome.
very much. See you.
So yeah, thanks guys. This was Sit Down and Shut Up. Hope anyone in chat did enjoy it. Sorry, I don't really interact with chat during because I'm kind of focused on the person I'm working with. So I know it's all good, but I usually have something that says that. I guess Stream Elements isn't deciding not to do it for me. But I do appreciate you guys, your chats, your follows, and all that stuff. So thanks a lot. Appreciate it. So this has been Sit Down and Shut Up. It's a training session that I run through the Fight Rise Discord. So Fight Rise is a fighting game community that do mostly Street Fighter 6. They run bi-weekly tournaments for master rank and above. They run a Swiss pool for 7 rounds, and for below master rank, they run a round robin for their pools. It happens every other week. I think last Tuesday there was one. I think you'd have to join Discord to find out, but if you're interested in that, please join. They also run community showcase events through their Urge to Fight series. You can check out the Fight Rise FGC Twitch channel to take a look at some of the ones they've done in the past. The most recent one was in December. They did a charity stream and raised a bunch of money for the Raiden Foundation. So a lot of good stuff there. If you want a training session like this with me, join the Discord. Look for a channel called Sit Down and Shut Up, and there'll be pinned messages that show how to join the queue and how to figure out when I'm gonna have the slots available for training. I'm also part of the Newbie Fight Club. So Newbie Fight Club is another fighting game community that focuses on helping new players ease into Street Fighter 6. A lot of good players there too. They run lobby nights every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Wednesdays is typically the newbie days, and then Fridays they usually have some sort of kind of free events, if you will, or you can run anybody, or they sometimes have tournaments as well, right? So if any of these two communities seem interesting to you, take a look at the description below, or if you're watching this on Twitch, right, there's like in my profile or whatever, you'll see it there. So feel free to join those communities, and if you want sets with me, I'm active on those communities, so reach out. We can always play. So thanks again. It's been Still and Shut Up. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and have a good night.